So, good morning everyone. So now, we are done with the lesson 1. So now let's proceed with the lesson 2. Becoming an instrument of peace. So introduction. According to Helen Keller, the best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart. So it means that the most meaningful or the beautiful thing is not the tangible materials, but intangible that comes from our heart. Mana pasabot ni Helen Keller. And according to Patricia Michi in 2000, explains that the transformation that we should seek should not only be the transformation of our society, but also the transformation of our spirit, because the inner transformation inspires the outer world. So it means that if we are going to transform, it should be start with our inner, because the inner transformation inspires outer world. So it can influence the transformation of our society. Paano siya masabot? So now let's move on to the abstraction. The statement in the preamble of UNESCO's constitution, since war begins in the minds of men, it is the minds of men that the defense of peace must be created, provides in a guiding principle for this theme. So it means that to achieve and sustain peace, the effort must be changing the underlying beliefs and promoting understanding, balance, and cooperation among people. Next is the peace as a resolution of inner conflict. At the superficial level of mind, inner peace can be experienced through resolution of psychological conflict. Psychological conflict means it is that it also known as interpersonal conflicts. It means that conflict caused by the character itself. So mo na siya ang psychological psychological conflict. Further, Kirk Lewin showed that we have three basic types of conflict. They are, the first one is the approach to approach conflict. In this type of conflict, a person is caught in between two equally objectives, out of which he select only one. So the key point here is that this conflict is caught between two equally objective. It means like the two of them are your choices, but you are only encouraged to select one. Conflict is that you can only select one. Example of this one is that a recent college graduate offered two jobs. The first one is the prestigious tech company with a high salary, and the second one is that the company, the creative environment and opportunities for rapid growth. So both of the company have a unique benefits, but you already know that the two company have the benefits for you. So the conflict here is that you need to choose wisely which one of those jobs you are going or you are going to take like you are going to grab the opportunity. That is the approach to approach conflict. The second one is the avoidance to avoidance conflict. Here, the person tries to avoid two equally undesirable objectives where he is forced by circumstances to select one other than selecting one. So the key point here is that avoid two equally undesirable objectives where he is forced by circumstances to select one. So the example of this one is that a student who was not prepared for the exam has to choose between taking an exam, taking the test unprepared, which is like kanang makakuha og 4 na grado or score, The second one or the skipping entirely exam like dili na ka-take. Mao na siya ang example sa avoidance conflict. Let's proceed to the last one, which is the approach to negative conflict. In this type of a person is both attractive and repulsed by the same objectives. He wants something for a certain reason and at the same time, he does not want it for the some other reason. So ang approach negative conflict is more like approach is like parang attractive and the negative is the unattractive. So the one who traces attractive Ganahan ka sa attractive, but ganahan ka sa attractive kay napay mo ang rason. Pero di sa kagahan ato nga kuhaan kay nasad kay lain nga rason. Example of this one is like you someone offered a job to you with a high salary, but it is involved relocating in other city or the country. Like ganahan ka, di ba, ang naka-approach ato kay i-offeran ka kay tampong sweldo, pero ang nakapahit lang kay ato sa lain city, which like it involves high stressing, like if piliunin mo ang katuya, mato sa lain lugar, makuha ka, marayo kasi mga loved ones, like sa family mo or friends. So mo na siya approach negative conflict. So, mara to ang tulo ka types of inner conflicts. So now, Eric Erikson postulates that man's psychological growth results from the healthy resolution of inner conflicts. So how can we help children to resolve their inner conflict? So we can help children to resolve their inner conflict through self-knowledge. It means, it's stated there that to resolve one's inner problem, first of all, one has to learn to look within and observe how the mind works. For example, you are as an educator or a teacher, so you should learn first to know obserbahan ng mga estudyante if like unsa siya pagkatao so that you know unsa ang imong angay buhaton para niya nga ma-resolve bitaw ang inner conflict. Mao na ang makatabang ta sa mga bata para na sila'y inner peace. So the next one is the spiritual needs. This theme addresses our spiritual needs. So let's focus the children's spiritual. So their needs are delicate and strong. They want to feel good, experience joy, beauty, love, warmth, kindness, and wonder. So moduli kasagaran ang mga kailangan sa mga bata para po like ma-feel nila nga mahal bitaw nila. So mo na ang kailangan ng mga bata pa. Mo itong kailangan ipakita nila. So one of the effective ways of realizing the peace within is the meditation, as taught in all religions. So the research shows that the meditation develops sanity, releases stress, and improves creativity and insight. Now let's move on to the practicing awareness. Meditation in true sense is an act of establishing awareness. In other words, being aware. So it means like a meditation is like one, like aware ka sa kanang mga imong palibot or sa imong mga ibang buhat mo. So, we have to train in being aware of dangers in our surroundings. Like, kuhaan siya. Dilata part kay in our surroundings, like, we are at our home, the school, or the playground, or the road. So, mo ni diri ang kaning we need to be aware of the surroundings. The second level of awareness is being mindful of the movement of the body. So, mo ni siya ang sa atong paglakaw, sa atong paglingkod, sa atong sa pagkaon, sa atong sa ugog, sa uwan. So the third level is being mindful of the activity of the mind. So activity of the mind, like it means like imo mga ipangnaya, kay ka, kung sa'yo mga ipangnahon na, kay ka magigutong ka, magigutong ka, kung suko ka, kapasad ka, manasuko ka. Wala siya ang being mindful of the activity of the mind. And now let's move on to the varied ways on how to meditate. The first one is take the class out to an open air or a quiet place. Make them sit quietly and repeat in mind that I am a peaceful soul. Watch a tree with a silent mind. Sit quietly and concentrate on breathing in and out. Imagine a beautiful natural scene. So example, kanina scene, Imagine a trip on a strange land. And the last one is to sit quietly and experience the feeling of a noble human quality such as kindness and joy. So kani siya mga ways is makatabang siya, especially sa mga bata, para ma-achieve nila ang ilang inner peace. Kaya kabalo mo ta, meditation is like kanang maka-relax bitaw sa atong mind, which is matuta sa mga lugar na lahay, walay like yung matungog kaya mga sounds sa mga surroundings, like sa mga usahan, malupad sa kanang like birds. So as educators, we have to find effective methods in helping children understand themselves better. It means that each church should provide the methods to help children to understand themselves better. It is like kind of reflection in which allow them to express their thoughts and emotion. Ang reflection way, ang usa sa way para tabang sa mga bata na makasabot sila, mas makasabot pa silang kaugalingon. So that's all. Any question? Clarification? Pangutana kay, yun ang matubag na sila na, ako yung isa. Wala? Ako yung mangutana. What are the difference between approach to approach conflict and avoidance to avoidance conflict? Tagalog pinpoint sa ako? Anyone? Who? Wala? So, diba, ko na, ang approach to approach conflict is mauto na-attract ka sa duha ka objectives, which is, ang conflict nila is kailangan usara yung pilihon. Kung na siya ang approach to approach conflict. Well, sa avoidance conflict is like, duha ka attractive na dili yung gusto bitaw yung pipilian. But, the conflict here is like, kailangan ka makabili o kanang usap, mo na siya ng conflict ani. So while there is approach negative conflict, it is a combination of attractive and attractive objectives where ganahan ka ana kay nakay rason pero di sa kaganahan kay nasa kay rason. Mo na siya ang approach negative conflict. Clear?
Yes.